Hello everyone, welcome to our timeless oracle reading. Our oracle card for today belongs to the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle by Kelly T. Smith. The card for today is entitled Angel Numbers. The deeper we go in our spiritual journey, the more we become aware of communications coming from our angels. And there are many ways that our angels would communicate to us. If it is an emergency, they will make it more tangible for us. Like, for example, they will use our clear gifts, and then some of us might hear certain messages that are directly message that prevents us from going to a certain path because there might be a certain danger that is lying ahead. So, let's, for example, don't take the superhighway, or don't go to this part, something like that. Sometimes it happens that way. Usually they try to get your attentions much more clearly when it can be something that will be can affect your life in a significant way. So to protect you, sometimes they have to use more succinct symbols or more succinct messages. But oftentimes they will try to use signs and symbols for us, like repeating numbers such as angel numbers. They call them angel numbers. These are numbers that you encounter repetitively. You might see it in the clock of your cell phone, and then you see it in the wall clock, or you would see it in the plate number of a car ahead of you. So when such numbers keep repeating, then you need to meditate on that number and try to see what is the message of the angels. Sometimes the angels would use other symbols like encountering feathers, animals that somehow attract your attention and give certain sensations to you. Sometimes they will use ordinary people. A certain person would suddenly say something, and that phrase that they said somehow resonates with you in a very special way. Sometimes they will use coincidences, but actually they are not coincidences, but actual synchronicities. So you will realize that they are not just coincidence, but something much more. And there are many ways that the angels will do so. And we slowly become more aware of them as we deepen our journey in our inner life or in our inner world. So there's a need for us to constantly work on ourselves, to spend regular time in contemplation, so that we can deepen our receptiveness to the message we constantly receive from our angels and our spirit guides. When we start to develop a deeper relationship with our angels and our spirit guides, we start to develop also special symbols or special messages that is very personal between us and our angels and our spirit guides. We develop that kind of personal, just as, for example, you have a very close friends, you have a very close friend, and somehow the deeper you journey with this friend, you start to develop certain symbols that is just private between you and this friend. And when you say that symbol, immediately you know what each other is trying to convey to each. You know what your friend is trying to convey to you, and your friend knows what you are trying to convey to them. It's the same also when we deepen our relationship with our spirit guides and our angels. We slowly develop certain symbols and messages that becomes personally significant to us. I encountered before a description with regards to angel messages. Oftentimes these symbols will attract our attention because they accompany certain emotions, like, for example, tingling sensations, something like that. Somehow certain emotions that will assure us that it is not just an ordinary occurrence, that there is a message behind them. Now, to understand more about angel messages and other communications coming from our spirit guides and our angels, let us try to read from the handbook that accompanies this card. Pay attention to the signs. Your angels are trying to deliver a message. You see the signs on the clock, in a text message, on a license plate, or maybe in an email. Your angels have a message for you. Pay attention to all of the signs around you, and you will soon have the answer you seek. Perhaps you notice repeated numbers everywhere you go. You will know when your angels are communicating with you by the way that you feel. You may even notice goosebumps or chills that run up and down your body. Whatever the sensations, when you notice these angelic signs, they are also a sign to pay attention. You are under the care and protection of the angels, and you are divinely guided in all that you do. Your heavenly helpers are guiding you through synchronistic events and messages everywhere. Look for synchronicities wherever you go, and don't dismiss them as coincidences. Look for repeated numbers or number patterns such as 444, 1155, 777, 7799, 9999, and so on. A powerful way to interpret the numbers you are seeing is to meditate on them. Numbers hold within them an energetic vibration, a vibrational frequency or energy download. Ask your angels what the numbers mean for you specifically, and you are sure to receive an answer. Your angels are trying to communicate with you, so pay special attention to all the signs that are around you now. Magic and miracles are just around the corner. Now, sometimes when you encounter synchronistic events or cards like this, for example, now that you encounter this card, it can be also that the angels would like you to deepen your relationship with them, to somehow be more receptive to how they accompany us in our daily life. Sometimes when we encounter animals or encounter trees that attract our attention and give us certain sensations, we can even communicate with these animals or trees and ask them, what do they mean? Why do they show themselves to us? And sometimes they will respond to us, oftentimes in our dreams at a later time. But there are also other ways that they will give us the answer. It can be immediate answer, or they can respond to us later through our dreams. When we start to be more receptive to the communications from our angels and our guides, life becomes more interesting, more exciting. Now, intuitive life coaching questions. What numbers have been catching your eye lately? Have there been any other synchronistic signs? What do you feel these signs are trying to tell you? Well, that's it for today. I hope you were able to be inspired to be more receptive to the messages coming from our inner world through the exterior world. Okay. Thank you for the likes and comments that you have given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.